Welcome back to Atlanta, Georgia here for the WPH Race for 8 Professional Handball Tour. Mondo Ortiz from Norwalk, California, going up against Emmett Peixoto, originally from Watsonville, California, now living in Pinole, California, which is in the East Bay. Our referee is David Fink. My name is Dave Vincent. This is the Race for 8 Professional Handball Tour number 7. The Peachtree Open Ron Cook Memorial at Recreation Atlanta, where our players are gearing up to play their quarterfinal match here.
Mondo's going to serve first.
The winner of this one will face Danny Cordova at 5 o'clock Eastern Time tonight in the semifinals.
I don't have any linesmen. Can't find any. I don't know if you're being serious right now, but I can't make people. All right, I'm not going to ref this. I don't like, that's not right. That kind of attitude's not right. No.
It's not a good sign when the players are already starting to argue with the referee before the match even starts.
Ivan, could you be a linesman? No. You get no rest. I don't want him resting like
that. The dispute right now is between having linesmen available by this referee. Referee asked, didn't find any. Stated that he didn't have any. So now we're in a delay as we're searching for linesmen, which I believe we now have.
Mondo will serve first. 0-0. Replay.
Just when it looked like the wheels were going to fall off the machine here, it all seemed to work out okay, and the players are in. And
1-0.
But we do have a Race for 8 first. The first two broadcast matches of the new season, we had a player asked to get rid of the referee in both of those first two matches. So that's a way to kick off the year, I guess. Best 2 out of 3 to 15 breaker, also to 15. You have to win by 2. That was a screen serve.
First serve, 1 screen. One zero.
Another funny thing is in the previous match, Killian Carroll said that he felt that Dave Fink needs to referee more. As soon as Dave gets into the referee's box before the score is even called, we have a player trying to get him removed. Big setup here with the left, but a little off balance is Peixoto.
0-2. 2-0.
Mondo has a very lethal serve,
Second serve.
down the right and the left. Just about a month ago, Killian
3-0.
Carroll was attached in a group email with all of the top pro players. Mondo Ortiz responded to the group email,
Second serve.
stating that he was coming after Killian Carroll at this tournament, specifically going to take him down in the finals. And we asked Killian about that earlier, and he stated that
4-0.
that Mondo is a fun-loving guy. That's just sort of the thing that Mondo does, he said.
Second serve.
But I hadn't seen Mondo do that before. It was fairly new. We're going to welcome
Side
in
out.
Shorty Ruiz here into the broadcast booth. As Shorty, you were on that group email
0-4.
where Mondo Ortiz stated that he was going to
Short.
beat Killian Carroll in the finals
Second
here in
serve.
Atlanta.
Yeah, he said he was going to bring it off, so everybody better be ready. And I don't know if he was serious that he's really going to stick to that email.
It didn't seem like it last night at TGI Fridays.
No.
But, you know, that's the way it is. But when I asked Killian about it, he said that he's just a fun-loving guy that just likes to kind of stir the pot a little bit. And Mondo's been acting fun-loving all morning until just all of a sudden a ton of tension before this match started.
I didn't see what happened, but I did see he did come request another ref, too. Kind of like Dave did
Right,
in the middle
no,
of my match.
we started off the first
Yeah.
first two matches have started by players wanting the referee to be removed from the match.
I mean,
Let's see if we can make it 3 in a row after this one ends.
yeah, why not?
If this one ends.
That's true.
Right now we're in just Emmett's first.
What is that? It's Tiny Shoes?
Yeah, this is just the first one of the match so far.
Yeah. Oh. He might do his other foot.
Now I know that our referee was trying to pass legislation to make sure that this thing didn't happen. The shoe changing, the tying of the shoes, but he's allowing it to happen here.
Yeah. Now the towel. That's pretty good. That's the way he plays it off. It's pretty good.
4-0.
Now Mondo's got an ailing arm, but he's still able to do that serve right there.
I putted good.
I thought it
He's
was
appealing.
good.
I thought it was good.
Both agree. Point.
Well,
5-0.
of course Marco is going to agree. He's not going to disagree with Mondo.
Well, I think he'd be fair.
No, he is.
He's not fair when he's playing, but when he's line judging, he's completely fair.
Mondo seems to be on point right now.
Yeah, he looks really good.
Until now.
$0-5.
That was a great match with Daniel and
Yeah, that
Dave.
was.
An intense match.
5-0.
So hopefully we get another one like that with this match. That doesn't seem like it. Mondo's up 6-0.
6-0. $0-6. Point.
Oh,
There's the first
1-6.
one for Emmett.
he's doing the slow game for Mondo. Mondo hates that game.
Little screen there, no call.
Yep.
Both players brush each other on the way by.
It was more like Mondo's stomach brushing Emmett's back.
And that's true.
6-1.
You hear that air that Mondo lets out right before he hits that ball. You hear that shh sound. Then he hits a flat kill with his left hand.
6-1.
Want.
But the ball does play a little faster here, though.
Well, that's what everyone's saying, that this is really fast court mixed with this ball.
Yeah. I mean, it's great.
Nice shot there from Emmett. Lets that ball drop extremely well, as far as he possibly could.
1-6. Six one. Replay. Six one. Replay.
Mondo had a chance twice to put that ball away.
You heard the player there, I believe it was Emmett, that said thank you.
6-1.
That might have been Mondo.
Very strange here between Mondo and Dave Fink. Big, huge setup.
It seems like the surge that Emmett was doing, he was able to slow Mondo down in his game. It's not playing as intense like he was.
Maybe that's the formula.
Yeah.
I mean, on paper, it sounds like that's what you would have to do against Mondo. Just slow the ball down. But I'm not always confident that that's going to work against him. Because if you still make a mistake, he's still going to pounce on it.
Well, they changed the ball. Thought it was broken, but I don't think it is.
Mondo skips that ball in. Is it his left arm that he has the brace on right now that's the problem?
I thought it was his right arm.
I did too, but he has a brace on his left.
I think he woke up confused this morning.
Well, we know that for a fact.
Yeah.
And Emmett's just wearing Mondo down right now.
I'm glad to see that the Barwells are in town.
Say that again?
I'm glad to see the Barwells in town. You got David, you got James. All we need is Will.
Yeah, there's a lot of lookalikes here in Georgia. They don't state that when you look it up on Wikipedia for all the quick fun facts that there's doppelganger. The doppelganger state is what they should call this. Hey, now, Shorty, it's happening here in this match. There's a nice get right there from Mondo, who corkscrewed in that back right corner. Gets the ball back to the front wall. Emmett in charge of the rally still, although he just flipped one up on a bad bounce. But the players all have the initials BM on their shoes.
Oh, yes.
Standing for Ben Manning, who the tour is tributing this year. He was our cameraman, who is also the late son of Linda Manning, and there's the initials on the shoes, and not just one player, but all players are doing it.
Yeah, all the pros have it in their shoes.
They put the initials BM on there, standing for Ben Manning. Also, the Tucson Memorial is going to be honoring Ben, and there's a crazy overhand shot that
4-6.
that Mondo just made. 4-6 here.
Yeah, I guess Emmett got into the game now.
Second serve.
Yeah. He's still doing that same slow serve. Mondo's not putting the ball away anymore like he was in the first 5-6 points.
Five, 6. Short. Second serve.
So if the Cordovas play good, they have a chance to meet each other in the finals.
Yeah, that's cool. Don't think that's
6-6.
ever happened on tour, having two brothers.
No.
But they're heading that direction. Oh, nice corner kill there. Off balance. Now Emmett has edged, I believe, to a tie here.
7-6.
7-6, excuse me, point over. That's good.
Foot fault.
Oh, wow.
Emmett was trailing, I believe, 0-6, and
Second serve.
now is up 7-6 with the foot fault being called by Dave Fink.
And Emmett doesn't like foot faults being called.
I don't think most people do.
But there's some people that take it more too hard than others when
That's
it's
true.
footfall.
Eight, 6. Short. Second serve. Replay.
Wow. That was a pretty bad call.
I don't know.
The ball went backwards past Emmett.
8-6.
It looked kind of like, I don't want to say names, but a pretty bad call in one of the tournaments.
Nice right corner kill there. Doesn't affect Emmett any.
Your
Yep.
first 1 minute.
Mine
Scores
took a
9-6.
timeout. Yeah, he's not the same.
Yeah, we're playing.
Mondo seemed like he kind of hit a wall there, and a lot of it's probably brought on by Emmett's play.
Yeah.
But he's just really taken Mondo out of his game. I mean, completely out of his game. I know it's a cliche, and I know people use that term a lot, but it's as soon as he went to, like you said, that lob serve, it changed everything.
It's amazing how just by the serve, it could change the whole game up, the whole momentum of the game. But it affects some people and some people don't.
The score from the referee was 9-6. I don't hear him through my headsets, but I did hear him live
Yeah.
through my other ear. Thank goodness we have two ears.
Thank God he's
Thought Mondo hit a perfect kill shot there, and Emmett dives right in. And had a hand on it, but didn't get it back to the front wall.
no.
What? Okay. Six, 9.
Score now 7-9 as Mondo
7-9.
finally scores the first point in about, I'd say, 15 minutes, about a 20-minute drought. Remember, he was up 6-0. 9 unanswered points by Emmett until Mondo scored there. And there's another side out and a fist pump from Emmett Peixoto.
Nine, 7.
Yeah, it just Mondo's seems like he's getting tired. He might trying to use the same effect as Emmett, asking for a towel. It seemed like he was cleaning the back wall.
It was dirty.
And Emmett just skips.
Isn't it funny that when you're tired, you do the thing that most people don't do when they are tired, and that is go cleaning, house cleaning. When I'm tired, it's laying on the couch. It's never cleaning. But when these guys in the court get tired, they instantly become maids. They start cleaning the glass on the back wall. They're down there with the towel. Yeah, that's when they're tired. This is why they don't bring their wives with them to the handball tournaments.
Because then they see they know how to clean it.
Yeah, while they're tired.
Yeah, bad bounce.
They hit that metal rim up there on the top of the back wall.
I thought it hit the net.
Could have done that too.
7-10.
7-10.
Short.
Let's see if Mondo could go for a little run here.
Second serve. Short.
I'll be right back, Dave.
All right. Well, we're going to say goodbye to you. And we'll bring another one in.
10-7.
That other one's going to be Marco Chavez. 10-7 is the score here. Welcome in, Marcos. Goodbye, Shorty.
What's up, Dave?
Well, this has been a fun one. Mondo had a nice lead there, and then Emmett went to the lob serve, and it changed everything. Did you were a line judge. What did you witness there? What was the momentum changer?
That slow pace of game that disturbs players like Mondo and Sean Lenning. And obviously they don't like it, but they're going to have to get used to that type of stuff. I mean, they've been doing it with their whole career, but they don't see that type of opponent all the time. So
7-10.
I think maybe back at home I should start giving it to him a little more, a little David Chapman-ness.
Yeah. I'd be surprised to hear that Mondo doesn't see that, because that seems like what you would do to beat him, right?
No, I don't do that at home. That's like a no-no.
Really?
Yeah. We don't play soft. We don't really do lobs. And kind of from the Vince Munoz era when I used to play him, he told me if I wanted to play him that I could not lob him or slow serve him.
Okay.
So I got rid of that quick. But
and the reasoning was he didn't like it?
Yeah, no.
Wouldn't he want to get better, and that's what he'd want?
No, he did. He just wanted to shoot and see a fast serve coming towards him, and he didn't like that slow game. So they puts him to sleep, put Vince to sleep, but it also puts Mondo to sleep. Sometimes with Vic, we'll do that type of training where we'll play a little slower,
11-7.
but for the most part we play fast, and yeah, just try to keep that out of the club a little.
I thought I saw a short ball here on that serve, but
no appeal.
So if Emmett starts going into that ground and pound, then you'd expect Mondo to kind of pick it up again?
I would think so, yeah. Mondo's been just a little off lately. He had that problem with his right elbow, and now it's completely gone almost, and now it's kind of distributed weights now to the left elbow. So
yeah, well, I was kind of wondering, he has a brace on his left elbow, and I just asked Shorty if it was his right or left, and he said I thought it was his right, but now it's on his left.
Yeah, it's on his left. He was complaining about it probably about 2 weeks ago. But, you know, he shoots just as good with his left as he does his right. So
I actually think better, but
yeah,
especially when he's off balance.
and the back wall, it's like amazing.
Well, this is the Race for 8 Professional Handball Tour. You were behind the recent movement that we have around this facility where everybody's putting the initials BM on the shoes. Marcos, and
Yeah.
that was a nice touch. I know that you said you're dedicating the stop to Ben, and we've dedicated the tour to him this year, and also the next stop, the Memorial, certainly will have him in our wishes and our minds, and so that's going to be a stop where we're going to, you know, really stop down and talk more about our former cameraman who passed of cancer recently, and you got behind it, and you got all the players to get together, and they put the initials BM on their shoes, which is really a cool thing. I want to commend you for doing that.
Yeah, and everybody wanted to do it once they saw it, and anytime I just asked, they would say yes. There was no problem. Everybody, you know, loved the guy, and you know, they saw what he did to help us out here with handball, and we greatly appreciate it, and we miss him. So, if we can show, you know, his name or his initials out there to the people that are wondering what that is, this was a very important person in our lives in handball, and we miss him. So
Yeah, sometimes there's these unsung heroes. We don't mention them enough. They bring their live broadcast to us through their vision. His mother, Linda, has been with us for a very long time. She's operating the camera you're looking through right now.
yeah, she's awesome.
And,
Every time I see her, yeah,
she's greatest, right? Gives you the
Yeah.
best hugs you've ever had.
Oh yeah, it's awesome.
She
Every
does
time
have
I
the
see
greatest
her,
hugs.
yeah, she gives the biggest, warmest hugs ever.
Well, they're
I
part
need
of the
some
family.
of those sometimes.
I know. Yeah, I know. We all do.
So still the first game here.
Still is, but
Yeah.
it's elapsing the towel timeouts from the previous one already.
I think as long as you have Emmett on the court, you'll have a long timeouts.
Short. Second serve.
There's that left from
Wow.
Mondo, and he misses it. How'd you gather
11-7.
your thoughts on Nick Mattiani last night?
Oh, yeah. I was speaking to Emmett, and he was talking about. It was a pretty funny story. Like, I guess he had seen Nick. His name's Nick.
Yeah.
Right? Yes. He had seen Nick win. I think
12-7.
the Nationals. One year, maybe a 13 and under, and Emmett was like an upcoming player, and he had trained really hard, and he goes to the junior nationals, I think, the following year, and he was hoping to play this kid, you know, Nick, and he said, "Man, I just never seen him ever again." He really wanted to play him, but
Right.
he,
And he finally had a chance, and it was yesterday. And Emmett's 32 or 33, and this guy's Nick is 38.
7-12.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, think of the difference in time there, right?
So yeah, they were.
20 some odd years later.
Yeah, and so he was, you know, just kind of giving a chuckle about it, how it's nice to see him and how good of a player, you know, he's become. I guess he started playing a lot of baseball, so
12-7.
that was one of the reasons why he stopped playing handball.
Short.
Yeah, that's right.
Second serve.
A nice little story, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it's way interesting. I mean, qualifies on his very first
Yeah,
attempt, which isn't easy to do for some of these guys that are good and that they should be qualifiers, but then it takes him a couple
7-12.
stops to break through, but he does it on his first attempt.
yeah, that's not easy to do.
38 years old, played a lot like, I believe, Andy Nett, and he really kind of gave Mondo a run yesterday, at least in one of those games.
Yeah,
I believe both were competitive.
yeah, he scored some good
12-7.
points. And
Mondo got by
Screen.
Nick yesterday 15-8. 15-13.
Wow.
So those are that second game. I thought he was going to push it into a breaker, and I think just with more experience on the tour, not just. I don't think he needs more experience, but I think
First serve,
just
one screen.
there's a little bit of nerves that come into play, and
No, it's not experience. It is. It's experience and being able to see that ball speed. He's from here, but I know so he probably plays the Cordovas, but he plays the Cordovas often, so he sees that type of same handball repetitive all the time. So to see something like from Mondo or anyone else would be a big change.
Right. Yeah.
Emmett putting it down right now. Nice shot right there.
12-7.
Mondo's struggling here.
Short. Appeal. Matt, appeal. Agree.
Nice.
Both agree. Second serve.
I gave Matt my lines.
I saw that.
Position. I can't be lining with Mondo there. It's not fair.
Well, he only made one call that went against him, but it was the right call. I don't know why they don't make the booth a line. I mean, why not?
Well, the feed's off a little on this one, huh?
There is some latency, but it's not to a point where it
that's
would
not
make a
that
difference
bad,
on. I'm still able to see, or we're still able to see.
It's like a second, probably.
13-7.
Yeah, but we're still able to see the ball go over the line or not go over the line, especially from this angle. That angle from the bottom left, not so much. Here it is, game point.
I love the screen. It's like a 1080p or
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
HD.
Touch screen. Mondo's trying to put that ball down. I'm not. Yeah, he gets it back.
He's struggling.
And there it is.
His footwork is so flat right now.
As Emmett takes game number 1, we're going to take a break. We'll be back in just a couple minutes for Marcos. My name is Dave Vincent. Marcos Chavez here. Mark, are you going to stick around or are you going to go?
I think I play next. So
okay, so maybe we'll say goodbye to you.
I played 12:45, so.
We're not. I think Lenning comes up after this one, so I'm not quite sure who's next.
Well, I'll hang out.
Okay, well, you hang around. We'll be back in just a bit. Stick with us. back here in Atlanta, Georgia for the second broadcast match of the day.
Time. Emmett, you'll serve first.
This is game number 2 after Mondo Ortiz had a 6-0 lead in game number 1. It was all Emmett Peixoto after that. Emmett flipped the switch, as they say, but this time the switch was from up to down in a different way. As he didn't increase his own intensity, he just decreased the intensity that Mondo had by going to that lob serve. And it changed everything. Marcos, you were there as a line judge, so you certainly saw it yourself.
Yeah.
1-0.
And you can see Mondo, like you said, his footwork is not good right now, but it's not just his footwork, but it's also his leg work. I mean, excuse me, his arm work. For a guy that has a bad left, he knows, Marcos, how to still hit that kill shot with his left hand. I feel that maybe sometimes when he swings too hard or swings hard, he's all right, but when he tries to let up, that's when he has the pain. Because you can see when he guides the ball in, it's not effective. But when he just goes with his normal stroke.
If he steps into it and not use his arm, it might help him a lot more than, and probably take a lot of the pain off. But, if he doesn't have the footwork like I told him, I said, it looks like you're a little flat-footed in there. And I said, you need to start moving. He's not really feeling it, he says, but you can't stop playing, I told him. Told him to just keep pushing.
2-1.
Let's see how he does now that Emmett's, look as he's just standing there.
Well, he's allowing Emmett to play exactly the way Emmett wants to play. Emmett's not uncomfortable at all in here.
Did he want a slide ball?
Jokingly asking for the slide. I don't think he's really serious.
No.
Maybe he is.
Maybe he is. The angle had hit the wall with the spin, and it just came out straight. It's one of those weird ones. I didn't see it that
Racquetball
way.
players are watching going,
It came out how he expected it
what?
based on how he hit it in the angle.
Do that all the time.
Yeah, it's a pinch shot.
1-2. Short.
Seems like the ball broke right now.
Yeah, I believe they're going to have to get another ball.
I think this is their third ball.
It sounded like a pop, too.
The front wall is a little tricky here, huh?
Oh, yeah, that's kind of got these little grooves on it like a golf ball.
Yeah. The plaster job is kind of funky.
1-2.
But not every time. You don't get bad bounces.
Foot
it just
fault.
Well, that's the weird part because it seems like it would be every time, but
yeah.
it only does it when you hit it about 18 inches. It's a weird ridge there.
Second serve.
Fink being a good ref, calling the foot faults.
Well, I knew he'd make you proud.
Yeah, I'm going to have to give him an award for that.
Well, from that angle up there, I'm not sure if you've refed yet, but
2-1.
you really can see a lot of
oh, I've been up there already.
the nosebleed section.
Screen.
That's a good call, and another thank you from Emmett Peixoto, who is a gentleman in there. When you call a screen, he says thank you, unless it's against him.
Replay.
Playing tight there.
2-1.
I'm surprised Emmett went back to the hard serve.
Short.
He was so successful
Second
with the
serve.
soft serve in that first game. There you go. Let's see. Second serve being safe. I'd like to say hi to Pio.
1-2.
Sure, he'd be pretty happy to be here. This is a big racquetball club. I know he's a handball player, but
Well,
2-2.
he's kind of like one of those hidden racquetball players that
Short. Second serve.
A closet racquetball player.
Yeah. I had to borrow a racket from him. I have a pretty bad story. I had to play in a racquetball tournament for the LA Athletic Club, and they had a beginners and an intermediate and an advanced level, and they put me in the intermediate. And Vic and I landed up being in the finals playing each other.
That's funny.
4-2.
And I beat him there.
First time that you...
First time I played racquetball since I was about 14, and I quit playing handball.
Second serve.
Back then the ball was too hard, so I switched to racquetball. But yeah, it was pretty funny, and it was pretty easy though to kind of play the sport, you know, to get in there and get used to it.
You do play squash.
I do play squash, I do, yeah, but it's totally different racket face on how you hit it. You know, squash, you kind of, the face is open. I think in racquetball, it's kind of
You guys
flat.
might be the first in the history of the LAAC to be in the finals of the handball for the club and then racquetball at the same time. Seeing Vic with a racket in his hand, I'd like to see that. Nice shot there from Emmett, who goes down to that right corner.
That funny thing was after after our match, they wanted to take a picture of us, and they told us to put the rackets in our hand, and Vic and I refused to take a picture with the racket and be caught. And here I am talking about it. It was just too funny, though.
Well, rightly so. You know that social media wouldn't. They would never let you in.
Still a close game here.
Well, as always, Mondo's not going away.
Just overhitting his shots today. Ryan Bowler said he had some back issues this weekend. He was a little sore.
Really?
Yeah. I was talking to him about his match with Nick. And he was saying how his back was really tight. He's been having issues. Nice shot right there out the bat. That's a Mondo shot that he always looks for.
Now, you played against Vince Munoz and obviously against Mondo. Are they more similar than?
They're very similar.
People think, is it close?
It's pretty close. The only thing that Vince was so much more consistent. He always pushed harder than what Mondo does at this point. You know. And, you know, being a phenomenal three-wall player too, he always used that fly kill very well. But you know, the swing is very similar. The short, not
5-6.
You know, the ball comes from just being so quick and following through, and then being ready once again for the next shot. Tremendous speed and footwork.
Where did Vince get that drive? You know, because there's some players that you just see that are so talented, but they don't really have the drive to want to be number one, though that they obviously have the abilities to. Where did Vince gather that from?
You know, I think it had a lot to do with, you know, where he lived and where he came out from, and was, you know, East LA, I believe. And the money was a big thing for him. You know, bought his house playing handball. You know, that extra money, you know, gave his family some extra things in life that, you know, that he would use that money for. And I think that was the drive for him.
Nice dig right there from Peixoto, back to the back wall to the front.
So for him to be in the finals of almost every tournament or the semis was his, you know, his goal always.
Right.
think that's why he wouldn't really go to the Worlds and things like that, because there was no money.
Replay. I just think he had a slight chance. Slight. Six-5.
But he's still playing. Played with him the other day. He beat me. He's really good at one games. Then I asked him, let's play another one. He didn't want to.
Right.
He said, no, that was enough.
That's funny.
But, you know, I always learn something from that guy.
Listen for the score here from the ref.
7-5.
7-5.
Yeah, still.
Short.
He's not pulling away too fast, so lucky for Mondo.
Second serve. Slide.
Everybody check their gloves, or that court doesn't really have slides.
Probably a wet spot on the wall. Let me see your gloves.
There it is. Is he listening
Mondo.
to your conversation here?
What do you think? All right, change that one.
I like the "what do you think" question from the referee to the player. What do you think? That's the question. It's a 2-minute glove change happening now as Luis Cordova and Sean Linning are getting ready for their match, right? That's who's coming up.
Yeah.
next.
It's going to be another great match.
That's going to be, the lineup's great today. And then you're playing Killy and Carroll, right?
Oh, yeah, that's really great.
Now, what are you going to do against Killy? Are you going to do the Dave Chapman and just slow it down and try to go that route?
I'm going to do the Dave Chapman. I hope he was watching that game yesterday. I was really trying to walk around the court just like him.
That'd be nice if he was.
I like that guy. I'm glad to see he's playing again.
He's a funny dude.
Yeah. People just don't.
They don't
gotta
get
get
him,
his
right?
humor,
They
right?
don't get it. They
Yeah.
just don't understand. A lot of people get offended. I don't know what they get. I just don't think that. A lot of it's brought on by Dave because Chapman isn't. I don't know. He's not open to everybody's friendship. So then you just think that he's kind of snobby. But the funny thing is, it's kind of the joke's on you all the time.
Yeah.
Because he's really just prying at you.
Yeah, he always throws it to you.
And I don't think the average person realizes this, so they get offended thinking that he's being serious, when the reality is he's just doing it to mess with your head. Almost every time.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Even when you all of a sudden say to yourself, wait a second, that makes me mad. You have to realize he just got you.
Yeah, he got me.
Yeah. I now recognize it, and so it's very difficult for me to interact with him because I don't know really how I should. Should I play along and act like I'm mad?
And
or
they're almost like these one-liners that he throws at you. Like,
now I just ignore him now. Just ignore him completely.
7-5. There's also it's wet.
did
right
you see
there
the
when you're done with
MTV
there.
Cribs video that Sal
I'll show
did
you.
No.
of his house?
No.
Right there where
Yeah,
Mondo
that
is.
guy. Ping pong
Yeah.
tables, video games, trophy cases.
Unbelievable. I didn't see it. I heard
And over
about it.
here. Yeah.
Lifestyles of the rich and not so famous.
Yeah. Just a little famous. So, any word of him playing on the tour? I heard he was going to Montana.
7-5.
I thought he was coming here.
Too much for him, I believe. Playing that out.
Not
all that
after seeing the
outdoor.
ping pong table.
Pool table.
8-5.
There's an instant replay of that shot. Ball just slides right down the wall.
Short. Second serve.
I always think it's kind of funny that players will, and they didn't do it on that shot, but they'll argue that that ball slides at the very end. But Just watch this play out. I'll refer back to that instant replay where the ball goes deep down there and it kind of slides because of what happens.
It's dying, yeah.
Yeah, it is dying, but the ball's still spinning. So when it's spinning down, it hits that wall and just kind of has that view that it's sliding. But if you know anything about math or physics, you just know that that's something that's going to happen when, I mean, you have a real slick wall and you have a ball that's spinning in the direction of that wall. So, and when they just barely touch, you see some weird stuff happen. You can't say every single one of them is a slide. It's a good rally here, but Mondo comes up short again.
This is the previous shot. That was a setup. And
Nine,
struggling right here.
Score is 9-5. Peixoto wins game number 1. This is game number 2. Mondo barely gets that off. Peixoto makes him pay. Mondo looks like he's kind of at a wall here, Marcos.
I need him to win so I can get
the ranking points.
Past the.
10-5.
Right.
I might have to take these headphones out and yell at Mondo right now.
Yeah, there's some implications on the line here for you specifically.
5-10.
Nothing like your roommate crushing your dreams.
I know. My goal this year is to be in the top 8. That was my goal.
Well, you could have had it if Mondo wins this. You put yourself in a great position to be right up there. Not having the rankings right directly in my face, I can tell you pretty much uncertain.
Did he just skip that?
It sounded like it.
Or the ball broke?
It also sounded like that. What is this stare down doing here?
I don't know.
They're not talking.
It's nice to see Mr. Dave Fink up there
10-5.
reffing. It's nice of him.
Well, it's interesting that Killian Carroll said that he felt that Dave needs to ref more, and it wasn't necessarily fair that everybody else had to, but he didn't. So Fink was forced to go up here, not necessarily because of what Killian, but it was Dave's turn to ref.
5-10.
And as soon as he got in there, before the first call, Mondo came out and tried to get him removed.
Second serve.
I thought, just when you think,
Strange things
isn't it weird? The first 2 matches of this new season, the players tried to remove the referee.
Real housewives of handball. complaining.
Mondo doesn't even hit the front wall on that shot.
This hospitality is pretty good here in Atlanta.
It's pretty awesome. No, this turned out to be
these sandwiches
well-needed.
are good.
The people have been ultra friendly here.
Oh man,
It's great, isn't it?
yeah, I'm not complaining. And that warm food with the wontons.
I do like that.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. And it's not just like an hour. It's like it's a whole day thing.
Right.
10-5. Short.
Yeah, thanks for having us, Atlanta. We appreciate it.
Second serve.
Oh man, everything's going Emmett's way.
Mondo doing some talking to himself here. Emmett, there it is. That's the 3rd shoe tie in this match.
Should be penalized for that after a 3rd one at least.
What would the penalty be? Excessive shoe tying?
Yeah, charge him a timeout. Get it right and put some tape on it or something.
That gave Mondo a chance to yell at himself. It seemed to me they both needed a timeout there. They both got it. Now we're asking for the towel.
Come on, Mondo, beat him. I need some points.
Waiting for the call from the referee here to see what's going on.
11-5.
11-5. Peixoto wins game number 1, and we're going to 15 here in game number 2. I believe the writing is just about starting to be etched onto the wall for Emmett here. That looked like it hurt. He winced a little bit.
He's stuck on 5.
Yeah, Emmett's hurt here.
He might have broke his hand again.
This is bad.
Sorry, Mondo. It's over by the.
This is would be probably a pre-existing injury.
Yeah, that wouldn't be good. That would be bad.
You have up to 15 minutes.
Oh. Okay, so we're going to take a break here.
Yeah.
I think I might go get a sandwich really
Okay,
quick.
do that.
Is that okay?
Well, you already have a sandwich. How many sandwiches do you eat?
Look how that looks. Like
that
someone,
looks great.
No, but look, like someone touched it and there's like
that's
something shiny on the top.
There's nothing wrong with that.
I think Vic's
all tastes the same.
Vic got it for me. I think he's pissed that I beat him.
Yeah, well,
so
probably
he might
so.
have spit on it
There
or
might have been
something.
some.
I also like to say hi to
some
Kevin Gonzalez. We've been
Which
5
one?
years.
The fat one or
the fat one, Fat Kevin.
Oh, okay.
We've been 5 years friends on Facebook today.
Wow. Congratulations to
thanks.
that relationship you guys are in.
Yeah. So I like to say hi to him. And
Isn't it funny that you bring his name up when you're talking about food?
Oh, yeah. Tanisha Grooms. Congratulations
Today
to
is
her.
also another day?
Yeah, and the V crew. That's Valencia crew.
That's true.
Out there in Fullerton.
And we're back into it here, so it doesn't
already?
look like. Yeah, go ahead and go get your untouched sandwich.
Long. Second serve.
What hand did he hurt? His left or the right?
Right. But it was a very quick timeout. It
5-12.
wasn't very long at all. 5-12 is the score here.
Sal Duenas
6-12.
just sent me a text to send him a shout out because we weren't talking about him.
Enough.
Yeah,
we were talking about him actually, but it just wasn't enough.
Yeah. All right, that's enough now.
That was a nice shot right there from Emmett. Goes wide to that left corner, and that's I find it a tough shot to make, but players like Emmett seem to have it dialed in. Dave Fink does it as well. That wide opposite corner kill.
Mondo back
6-12.
in. 6-12.
Short.
He's probably going to try a push right now, but it's going to be kind of hard. You can kind of tell how he's serving and
second serve.
pumping a little. Oh, that's a nice shot.
7-12.
There you go. 2 points in a row.
8-12.
I told you I can tell by how he got in that service box. Kind of pumps himself a little bit to get going.
Well, you've seen that a lot, right? I mean,
yeah.
Is that sort of a thing that he does?
Yeah. We played the other day. We put some music on in the court and put it full blast. And he was kind of in the groove there. We could see him pumping his legs and bouncing in the service box a little.
He was popping.
Yeah.
Now, does that kind of, as a player, when you're in you're in the court and your opponent starts doing that stuff, and they, Luis Moreno kind of popular for when he was in the groove, he starts slapping his leg, and all of a sudden you go, hold on.
Okay.
You look at the referee.
Something's comfy.
Time
out.
Yeah, this
5 seconds.
An earthquake's about to happen here, and it's not good.
You have 1 full and 1 30-second timeout remaining.
Very clear on his timeouts he has.
8-12.
Big overhit
Another
there.
setup. Can't give those back walls to Mondo. All right, so Emmett's struggling here a little bit these last 3-4 points.
9-12.
It's 3 right here in a row.
Short. Second serve.
All right. Emmett, nice get, nice shot.
12-9.
Ooh. That was a big shot he just missed right now.
13-9.
Could have gave him the side out, but gives the point to Emmett. 13-9.
He's definitely playing harder.
Yeah. Tough shot.
It's a great ceiling shot there. Something you think Mondo doesn't have in his arsenal, but he looked pretty confident taking that shot. 9-13, going to 15. You have to win by 2, though.
That's a horrible serve. Great get.
That will
His
be
hand
called a
is
point.
messed up.
That's just strange. He went back in very quickly, but I believe that's the same.
Emmett, glove change. You. 2 minutes.
I think we'll be able to see here, maybe from our vantage point, Emmett's being called for a glove change. Is that the same? Is this different?
Yeah. He don't look good out there right now.
Well, he just
He's
told me
taking that glove off really
he just
slow.
told me that it wasn't from the same broken hand. It said that he popped his thumb. Said he popped his thumb and said he ranked on his right thumb. He jammed it into the wall, and that. Now
Yeah,
you know that
doesn't
you
feel
say,
good.
well, you don't play handball by using your thumb, but you'll find out that the ball actually finds your thumb. So the first time he hits it, which you saw there, was exactly what happened. The ball popped his thumb, and that is painful.
Seconds. He still needs to put his gloves on and everything. See how tough the ref gets on him.
You know, it's very difficult. We brought this up many times. I think I've probably brought it up too many times on the live broadcast, but it's hard for these players in a congested area to go get their bag and their gloves and change a shirt because there's no private area. Not that you need it to be private, but the space isn't always available. Here it's not bad during this match, but at the U.S. Open, just think of the women want to go do a shirt change or something. You have to go all the way around the corner. There's no private area. And sometimes I think the referee should be a little lenient in situations where the player can't even get to their bag it's already 30 seconds off the clock.
Yeah.
Some clubs we go to, it takes 2 minutes to get to the nearest water fountain. So
I don't think they have a water fountain here. You have to go outside in the rain.
drink it off of a leaf.
Yeah. Like a frog.
Off of a peach tree.
Okay, Mondo serving.
Mondo's in the box here. See if he can capitalize on some of these little injuries that Emmett's getting
Emmett's
here.
using all the weapons of how to slow your opponent down right
there,
now.
Emmett. Yeah.
I jokingly said to Killian Carroll that we should call this the Race Rate Professional Handball Towel instead of Tour.
10-13.
Because that's what we've been seeing a lot of recently.
Point.
Now 11-13 here.
Wow.
$11-13.
Serves it to that left thumb.
It is so strange how when you get an injury, the ball seems to find it. Even if it's a place that you don't ever hit the ball.
You're going to get all the way over to the left of the wall just to try to return that.
$13-11.
Oh, it's funny. Both of these guys have injuries to
their left.
Yeah.
11-13.
I would rather have it on my elbow, I think, than my finger.
Short.
No, I don't think so.
Second serve.
Oh,
what a
wow,
miss.
that looked horrible.
12-13.
This is a win by 2 format as well, so we'll see what happens here.
How did he get that ball back?
I didn't think he was going to get it.
Me neither.
Kind of checked up a little bit. Wow.
Mondo now bending over. Let's look at the replay here. Just clips that corner.
$13-12. Short. Second serve.
A tough one. No one really shooting right here. Emmett playing kind of safe, it seems like. Trying to make Mondo make the mistake. Long rally.
This one should be a put-away shot. And it is.
It is.
Yep. That was one of the first mistakes in that rally. Emmett goes up toward the ceiling and misses the ceiling. It hits it too high.
12-13.
12-13 going to 15.
Short.
The first match of the morning was 1 hour and 45
Second
minutes
serve.
long. And we're talking about a 15-point format. This wasn't going to 21. This one already is 1 hour and 9 minutes. 69 minutes long.
Mondo pumping, hitting those
13,
legs.
13.
That's going to be tough. And Emmett skips it in on the return. Now 14-13. And
14-13.
trying to go to a breaker. Mondo goes for one of his best serves of the day, and Emmett gets it back.
It's not over here.
This is going to be tough. Mondo has a setup here. Tries to go for the crack, misses. Emmett falls back on his backside. This is going to be a weird party ball. And checks up just enough for Emmett, who gets the kill shot now is serving here. Do you get the little butterflies in your stomach when you watch this?
13-14.
Oh, yeah, I'm moving around, as you can see.
Nice. That was a good shot right there from Emmett. He goes over the top of that ball and just slides it down the right wall with some of that reverse spin.
14-14.
Win by 2 here.
means that we're going to go into overtime no matter what happens.
Why did he serve it to his right? I mean, that serve has to be perfect right now at 14-14.
Right.
Short.
Let's see what kind of second serve he gives here.
Second serve.
Uh-oh. That's a good inside-out shot there from Peixoto.
14-14. Short.
God, these guys are tight right now.
Second serve.
Not getting their serves over.
Kind of playing similarly. Both kind of injured, both keeping the rally going. Uh-oh, that's a big one.
A big
That's also big for the confidence thing, too, because that's his only good arm at the moment.
15-14.
Here it is. This is match point. There it is. Well, you saw a fist pump from Peixoto. Oh, and it's a side out. I think Emmett thinks that it was 2 bounces.
You can appeal. Emmett thought that the serve return bounced twice. He's appealing. He's appealing that he didn't get it on 1 bounce. I saw it as a good. You agree with me? You thought it bounced twice?
Did you see something weird there?
It's hard for me to see on the video. Plus, that camera's in the way right here. So. Well, that's too bad. That's a side out.
I couldn't see
they
it
both,
well enough to
they
call
both
it.
don't
I had to take
agree.
his word for it.
I mean,
I thought I heard one
If
line
it
judge
did-
say he did see it.
one did. I'm saying, but they don't both disagree.
We don't have any.
It's his call, anyways. I mean,
It's getting crazy in
Yeah,
here
it's
now,
a-
but I
I can only feel. Imagine how the Peixoto family is at home, back at home right now. Ooh.
Let's see it. It was on the serve.
All right, I'm going to stick with my call.
That was it right there, right?
I just don't think I can overrule
I
that
didn't
from
see
here.
a
I
ball
didn't
hit
see it.
anybody's shoe there.
No, he's saying that it
And
bounced twice.
The other line judge agreed
That
with
he
me.
got it in 2 bounces.
Yeah.
I mean, I couldn't tell from the camera view.
Up in the.
Is this going to be the serve here on our replay?
That's it. That's the.
Our off-site replay.
And good thing they're not coming to the booth right now.
Well, we don't have instant replay available. That's the rally as we're looking off-site here. I would say offline replay.
He thinks he got it. I couldn't tell. I have to be 100% sure to call it a 2 bounce.
Wow.
Well, that was a fun argument. You know, I looked at it on replay there as Chris provided it for us. I
14-15.
couldn't tell on the replay. And Marcos, you left as being a line judge because you didn't want any
Sure.
conflict, and it almost got right in your lap again.
Second serve.
Oh no.
And what is Emmett going to do here if he scores this point?
15-14.
He's going to make
go
a
for that
statement.
hard
No, I mean,
serve
is he
right
going to make
now.
a statement afterwards? If he gets this point right, here's a big setup. See what happens here. It's going to be a tough shot. Mondo gets just an unbelievable kill shot. There's nothing better than that. Oh, my goodness.
I'm telling you, like we said, it's that left.
14.
That left that's much better than his right.
I don't know how Emmett got that back. That's going to be
Oh, my
impossible,
gosh.
and now we're tied at 15.
15-15.
Let's see how far this one goes.
Well, I think both of those guys needed the breather of that argument. But it might benefit Mondo a little bit more than Emmett. Because the momentum was in Emmett's favor.
Tough shot.
Mondo's tired here.
Replay.
Wow. Mondo had at least 4 back wall opportunities there to finish the rally.
His legs look heavy, though.
Yeah. Emmett just wearing him down, returning everything he shoots.
15-15.
All together at 15, we're doing it over. Nice serve.
What happened?
That ball actually
Well,
fades away.
He's all the way over there, and that ball bounced at least 6 feet to the left.
I
mean,
think he wanted a screen serve.
He did, but
I can't call
Mondo's
it
standing dead
because
center in the court,
he's
and that ball hits the sidewall
8 feet into
and
the court,
meets
and that
Emmett's
ball bounced
fingers
all
at
the
the
way
sidewall.
over
Now
here.
that you can say, well, he hopped the ball over there. I can see where the argument is for Emmett there.
16-15.
However, that's really hard to sell that. And that could have been the force of another tiebreaker. And there it is.
Oh, wow.
Tiebreaker is going to happen, and Emmett takes that bad thumb and bad hand and smacks it against Mondo's hand as they leave the court, and he's upset.
And he smacked his hand
Yeah,
like
the same
really
one.
hard. I
And
would have
that's
been
the one-
very upset.
That's the bad thumb, actually. We're going to take a break.
What a match.
You need to go get your sandwich or whatever you were going to do. We're going to take a break. We'll be back in just a bit for the tiebreaker next. Stick around. More handball, racefor8.com.
Time. Emmett, you'll be serving first. We're playing to 15. Win by 2.
And we are back at Recreation
two
Atlanta
60-second
for
timeouts,
this
one
tiebreaker
30-second
between Mondo
timeout.
Ortiz and Emmett Peixoto. It's been an interesting day and our first live broadcast day of the new Race for 8 Tour 7 season. I think technically we could probably write a book about all the strange things that happened already this morning on just a match and 2/3. Interesting season already. Underway as
My linesman, Ivan.
Emmett
Okay.
Peixoto wins game number 1. Mondo Ortiz fights his way, literally fights his way into game number 3.
Starting the tiebreaker
And
to
now
15.
we're going into this
0-0.
game number 3, going to 15. You have to win by 2. Now, Marcos, I don't know if you had any word with Mondo there.
No words. He figured it out.
0-0.
That was just power.
I can tell you right now, all these people that refused to be line judges before the match, they all kind of came out of the woodwork there on that 2 bounce call because everybody came by the broadcast booth to say that it bounced twice.
That it did?
Yeah. We're talking about all the people that refused to be line judges all of a sudden became one. I thought it looked fishy, and there's Emmett wincing that hand again. I thought it looked fishy in live when we watched it live, but then in the replay I didn't think it
1-0.
looked that bad.
It's hard to tell.
Oh, that's a great serve. That deep crack is always the impressive
2-0.
one because you could overhit it, and it's a setup.
I almost feel sorry for Emmett right here. He's been playing such a great game. And then this whole thing happens now, and the table's kind of switched right now, so.
0-2. One, 2.
Another
kinda
side out.
Little Kobe-esque right there. Leaning back and shooting the shot.
Lopsided ball. If you guys both want to change it, we can.
It's the same
It
ball,
was
though.
bouncing funny. Emmett, you want to change it?
Don't know why a referee insists on getting rid of the
good balls.
the ball from up there. He always wants to throw it down and get rid of them instead of
Okay,
just
Mondo's serving.
take him down at the end of the match. I saw him throwing one 50 feet into a garbage can.
Scores 2-1.
And he made it?
It did make it, but it bounced right back out.
Kareem hook to the trash
Short.
can.
No, it was a great throw, but
Second serve. Replay.
Oh, that's a horrible shot from Emmett.
Mondo simply could not see that ball. And here it is, an untying of the shoes here.
Again.
This is number 4. This is actually a full-on untying.
Equipment timeout.
Oh, he has his trainer right there.
Emmett, next Lace's timeout is going to be a timeout. That's the third time. How can I help it? Put a double knot in it.
I am. I'm double knotting. It's double knotting.
If I was his opponent, I would. That would bother me. It would bug me,
2-1.
especially when you're just trying to get it done. But it is what it is. Back to play.
Everybody's got their thing. Dave Fink and Nadia Alvarado Jr. don't like sleeves on their shirts, and Emmett doesn't tie his shoes tight enough.
John Libby doesn't like sleeves either. Wow.
Big setup here.
Yeah, replay.
That's more of a safety hold than it is a.
Emmett's just frustrated right now.
2-1.
Sometimes it's frustrating as a player when the call's the right call of a hinder or a replay, but the player wants something more. They want, it's not an avoidable, but they want the
3-1.
avoidable because they feel like they were jaded. I see that a lot, those in-betweeners. That's just a beautiful shot from a guy who's got tendonitis in his left elbow.
Well, it wasn't as
4-1.
bad as the one on the right. So that's what he was saying, which is good.
Gee, there's another one.
He's getting in that groove again. You know he's in trouble if he's
5-1.
going to continue shooting like that.
Well, I don't know how, and you've seen the best of all of them, but I don't know how Mondo does it. Sometimes when he gets in a groove, it's just the most impressive thing you've ever seen.
I still feel like that ball is far enough away from him. I'm looking for it. I just feel like you can't appeal a screen serve. I'm looking for it.
You know, that's a tough position for the referee on that screen serve because the referee's up there on
6-1.
the tall upper left crow's nest. So nothing looks like a screen to you from up there.
But I don't feel that's a screen. I mean, the player knows where it's going. I mean, these guys are professionals.
Good movement from the feet of Mondo here. Good leg work. Hopping around.
7-1.
Not hopping like Killian Carroll.
Then what kind of hopping is that?
Well, Killian engages in 40-shot rallies, dives, gets up, and runs back to the
Replay.
returner circle, and that's a replay. Mondo doesn't want it, but it's the right call. Call quick.
If he would have missed it, he would have wanted it.
Was it? 7-1.
He's just on fire right now.
Timeout. Your
Now
first
8-1.
1 minute. The score is 8-1.
It's funny to hear that referees say it's your first time out when all this extra time's been given. But that's the reality. It is the first time out.
There's Killian Carroll getting ready for one of his toughest matches of the evening.
You're old enough to be his dad. You know that,
I am
right?
his daddy.
I think he's 24 and you're 43.
Yeah.
So he could.
I'm going to say 44 just so I'm old enough to be his dad. It doesn't really matter.
It doesn't matter. You're old. And he's young. Who does he remind you of?
Killian?
Yeah, is there a person that you can kind of maybe say, you know, I'm going to play like I did back when Tony Healy played? Or is there somebody that you can compare him to?
No. I don't.
I mean, you
He's
played
very
them all.
robotic, that guy. Killian.
Well, you've played them all.
I have played a lot of players.
Emmett, you'll have 1 full timeout and 1 30-second timeout remaining. 8-1.
Score here is 8-1. See if Emmett can start getting some points. Wow, it's just the timeout didn't stop anything. Mondo comes back in and hits a flat kill now, 9-1.
9-1.
Emmett hasn't gone back to that slow serve. You notice that?
Yeah, and it's weird because that's what
the
got him
first
here.
game is what got
Second
him.
serve.
Right. Well, he's going to definitely have to do something here.
Oh.
It's been an interesting change of events, and mainly, Marcos, for you, because there's ranking implications here, and you're the one that's benefiting the most.
And Mondo doesn't know.
110.
Well, don't say anything.
Short.
I don't want to put the pressure on him.
We'll see exactly. Emmett went back to that slow
Second serve.
serve right when you said, why aren't you doing that? Now he's back to it again.
It might be too late, though. 'Cause Mondo's really feeling it.
Seems
right
like
now.
today there's nothing that could be out of question here. We've already seen a whole year's worth of stories.
Oh,
Did he get that back?
Backhanded.
And nobody claps in the gallery here. But that was a great shot, right?
Yeah, I thought it was a great get. I mean, he hit it right back to him.
10-1.
It was almost basically a rollout. And
Now Mondo just can't do anything wrong here.
hey, he's stuck on one.
11-1.
Wow. From getting in that service box, I think he had 9. Started pumping his legs, and he just went on a roll ever since. And shooting shots like Vince Munoz, a hammer down the left.
Right. I mean, but they're flat rollouts. I mean, they're flat.
12-1.
These aren't cheap shots. 12-1 now. Look at that. Everything Mondo's hitting right now. This feels like the U.S. Open doubles a couple years ago.
Yeah.
When he
13-1.
was like a wrecking ball.
Short.
Miley Cyrus wrote her song because of that.
Second serve. $14-1.
You notice I used the small side on that,
Yeah, that was nice.
not the big one.
Our viewers don't know what you're talking about.
Well, it was the autograph. It was autographed that little kid's handbook that he had. That was pretty cool.
That's neat to give an autograph.
How do
Wish
you
I
use-
knew what it was like.
Why did we use the big side? It would have took up the whole page.
114.
One serves 14 now.
So,
And this one's just about in the books. Don't have the official time, but it's almost as long as that first.
jeez, he's not missing. What left hand or what left elbow is hurting him
Yeah.
right now?
An hour and 36
14-1.
minutes.
So up next is Sean Lenning and who's this?
Match.
That's it.
Luis Cordova.
Emmett lets him take it. Mondo gets an ace serve there at the very end. I
Wow.
know it's a little kind of a strange ending. Mondo's
Yeah.
probably not happy about being able to serve that last serve, and Emmett just let it go by, didn't even go after it, as Mondo Ortiz now advances to the semifinals. And
Wow, what a big
Emmett goes into
turnaround.
the drop-down bracket. That means that we'll have Luis Cordova and Sean Lenning coming up next, and then it's you and Killian.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll
Trying to
have
get my inner schedule working here. We're going to take a break for Marcos Chavez. My name is Dave Vincent. It was an entertaining last couple matches. This last one also in a tiebreaker, so we'll see what happens. This one could also go tiebreaker. I can see that scenario playing out.
Definitely the one after this will not go tiebreaker.
the next one after this one not going, but
Yeah.
this one check mark could happen. Okay.
I'll keep my word to the fans.
All right. We'll have more handball coming up right around the corner. If you haven't been burned out already on the sport of handball, we'll have more. As the Race for 8 Professional Handball Tour number 7 continues next at racefor8.com. Stick with us.